views expressed on the following program are not necessarily those of WPSL. However, we are the ones that do encourage you to like and share them on social media and with all of your friends and neighbors, because it's time for the science of caring, Careology. And your host tonight is the one and only Roxy Brown.
Thank you, Cliff. Good evening, everyone, and I hope everyone had a lovely, lovely holiday. And I'm going to say I hope everyone had a lovely Merry Christmas. And we're hoping Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah, the whole shaboot. I just hope you were happy, you were safe, you were with your family. And if this is your first time with us, welcome to Careology. Careology is a weekly radio show, and we are here every Tuesday at 6:05, and what we do is we promote the science of caring, sharing knowledge, and the education with our community with the resources that are here for them and to them. And we are also Carebag, a subsidiary of Carebag, which is a nonprofit here on the Treasure Coast. And Carebag provides access to proper hygiene for the wellness of our community, to our homeless, and to our families in need. I always say everyone is just a day, an hour, a minute away from being homelessness. We have a lot of families that have really suffered through this pandemic that we've had, I'm going to say for 2 years now, and it's not getting any better. And we're so happy that we are here, that we can go ahead and we can support them. And I want everybody to be safe on the road. Stay tuned. We have a great show coming up, and we're actually just going to go right into it. I'm not going to jibber jab. I'm going to do all my gibber and jabbering after, because I really wanted to get into this. And we just want to say thank you to all that have been supporting Carebag. We appreciate it. It's coming to the end of the year, and this is actually our last show for the end of the year. Our next show next week is actually going to be our 1-year anniversary, and we are really proud of that. Cliff, can you believe that? We've been on here for 1 year already.
A whole year already?
It feels like we just got here.
Time flies when
Time
you get
really
into radio.
flies.
That's when it starts to go fast. When you get
Yeah,
into
and
radio.
we've had some really good topics on the show.
I think it has something to do with time flying as a result of having fun.
Well, some shows have been good. Sometimes I had to get my little mama bear out there, and my little attitude had to show. But everybody knows me. Sometimes it's necessary. And like I say, if you don't like it, just turn the dial. That's all. You know, you don't have to listen, but we implore you to listen, because Careology is good for the community. We're supporting local businesses. And talking about local businesses, we have with us this evening, we have Lisa. And she is with, I want to make sure I say it right, so those looking at me, that's why my hand was going. We have Lisa, and I met Lisa through a very good friend of mine, my little sister, Monique Waters, with Unique Wax, which is Mama Monique. Very lovely lady, and not only that, local business. So if you're looking for a good spa, I'm gonna just hit her out there. Unique Wax is absolutely beautiful. It's located in Stewart. Look her up. She is all about the caring of your skin, and she does a fabulous job. I would go to her, but she tells me it's not necessary. My skin already glows. So I'm just gonna stay there right there. I'm just loving her. But I have Lisa with Reverse the Door. Welcome, Lisa.
Thank you.
Oh,
Thanks for having me, Roxy.
Come up to the mic. We're not going to bite. Cliff, we don't bite hard, do we?
No,
not hard. We
no.
bite, but not hard. Welcome, and thank you so much for coming with us here on Careology. It is a privilege to have you. When I met Lisa, we got introduced and we were talking, and we've had many conversations, and I love what she does. And it just so happens the show we had last week with Jim about the homeless and about men really having nowhere to go, just the homeless situation. I'm not going to dwell on that, because we really talked about that for one entire hour last week. But this is basically a conduit into what we talked about. So Lisa, can you go ahead, as Chief Executive Officer of Reverse the Door, can you tell us in 2 minutes, how did Reverse the Door get started?
Reverse the Door got started a couple years ago when I lost my son to stomach cancer, and he spent time incarcerated. And we had many conversations of how he wanted to make some changes in how to, talk to especially the young kids on not going down that same road that he went down. And so when his health got really bad and out of our conversations, and after I lost him, I knew it was something more that I needed to do. And I wanted to keep my son Frank memory alive. And I just started exploring the need for people who came out of incarceration, and that's how Reverse the Door got started. So, and we assist nonviolent offenders and their families through education, through mentorship, and job placements to become productive members of society. So it's just his dream that he had, the things that he wanted to fulfill, that I'm continuing to feel because it's such a need.
Well, first of all, my condolences.
Thank you.
And sometimes out of tragedy comes something so beautiful, which I can attest to. And we applaud you for your courage, just for you to keep going, because it takes a lot. It really takes a lot. And this just tells the type of mama he had. So I got another mama bear sitting next to me, guys. So, we're going to open up our lines if you want to call, but we're going to have Cliff go ahead and screen our calls, because what do we say, Cliff?
No filibustering.
No filibustering.
No politics.
No politics, because we will cut you. We will disconnect you without a blink of an eye. So, Reverse the Door. And who do you have sitting next to you?
This is a member, our newest member of Reverse the Door, and my oldest brother, James.
Hi, James.
Hi.
How you doing?
Fine, thank you.
Oh, see, okay, so when I first met James this afternoon, James was just a talking butterfly with me. And now he looks like he can hardly say a word. So I guess it's the nerves, Cliff. We got to get over the nerves, right?
Starstruck.
Starstruck. I don't know what starstruck is here. Stop it.
For sure.
So, James, tell us about you being a member of Reverse the Door. What has Reverse the Door done for you?
Yes, first off, I'd like to thank you, Miss Brown, for having us.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
I was incarcerated for a long period of time. Throughout my life, one incarceration after another. And every time I was released from an incarceration, I would never have the necessities that I needed to, get on my feet and to become a productive citizen.
Okay.
But this time, since I've been out, I heard my sister Lisa here had an organization that met those needs. And now I'm working. It didn't take long for me to
praise God. Or we shout God here, so
Yeah.
you go right ahead.
Yes,
Hello.
without the Lord, I wouldn't have come this far.
Amen.
So
Only
yes,
through grace.
only through
Only
grace.
through grace.
Amen. And so Reverse the Door has helped me in so many ways. When I left prison, I was on medication, and I only had one month's prescription. And Reverse the Door, it connected me with care providers that would supply my medical needs. As I said earlier, I'm working. It connected me up with jobs, and speedily. A lot of times when we get out of incarceration, and I say we, I'm talking about people that have been incarcerated. We have no jobs, and it's a long, drawn-out process.
That door spins so much, you can't go through it to try to get where you need to go.
Exactly, because we've been out of the system for so long. Yes.
And people have a hard time to forgive.
Yes.
People look at you. They don't. I just couldn't. So just don't pay me no attention. So, because I'm gonna help you here, because we had someone on and we were talking, and we had Miss Gail Harrell on, and this is about restoring back the votes for individuals who have been incarcerated and wanted their votes back to vote. And one thing that she said is that sometimes our society doesn't forgive. They don't understand when men and women have finished their sentence, their sentence is finished. Their sentence should not continue when they get released, because you're back in.
Yes.
And that's what I tell individuals. If someone comes out and they have completed their time, everyone makes mistakes. It's just that you haven't been caught.
Right.
Hello.
Right.
You see what I said, right?
And-
We all make mistakes. It's just that we haven't been caught.
Yes.
Because if all of us were caught, we all be locked up. So sometimes you need to go ahead and it's that open of that heart. That's
Yes.
why I love Reverse the Door. I love that. I love that. And I was so excited to have Lisa on. But first of all, congratulations to you, James.
Thank you.
How long have you been? How long has your wings? I'm going to say this in a nice way. I always like to get
Spread.
something nice. No. How long has your wings opened up?
Yes, good. It's about 60 days, just a little beyond
Really?
60
And you got a
days.
job in 60
Already.
Five. That's what I'm talking about.
He came out, yeah.
He
He's
came.
doing-
This big
I'm so
sister made
proud.
sure. Big sister,
Little-
or little,
little
sister?
sister.
Little sister. Well, no,
But-
big
but-
sister now.
Yeah.
I like to interject. Make no mistake about it.
Uh-huh.
You know, I don't get any break.
Oh, I know that.
I have to go through the program.
Yes.
It's such a good program. The format, you know, they teach resume writing.
Oh.
Yes, they teach resume writing. I conveyed to them, Reverse the Door,
Mm-hmm.
exactly what I wanted and what I
What skills you had and what skills you were
yes.
looking for. Okay.
in my ambitions, what I sought to achieve. Although I'm 62 years old,
you don't look it.
You know, thank you. Flattery gets you everywhere. Right?
Thank you. I do try. I trust me. God in heaven knows I try.
So it's a unique program because most programs, like I said earlier, it takes a long time to go through the process of getting a
She
job.
just makes it happen.
Yes,
And people have
yes.
to, even though this might be your sister, so I'm gonna let you know, family, we're tougher on family than anybody else.
Yes, we are.
Yes.
Oh yes, because first of all, you shouldn't have, but you did. But we gonna help you.
Yes, yes.
But you gonna do it right.
I'm gonna do it right
That's
this
right.
time
That's
because
that conversation she gave you in them eyes.
yeah. Well, the parameters are there, and I have the desire. You
That's
know,
wonderful.
That's I think is very important. That no matter how good the program is,
Mm-hmm.
if you don't have the desire to do better,
You're not gonna do.
you're not gonna do better.
So let me ask you something, Lisa. I know when we talked, I know that you are in Martin County. Do you serve just Martin County, or do you serve the Treasure Coast? What
The
is your goal?
The Treasure Coast. Basically, we are in Martin County, but we are going to be branching out. If someone comes to us from Fort Pierce or West Palm, I mean, we don't turn anyone
So I
away.
got somebody to introduce you to.
Okay,
'Cause
great.
That's why I asked that question.
Yes.
I got
yes.
someone that introduced to you that I know it's going to help you. And I know you're going to remind me, so I don't
Yes,
have to
I
worry.
will.
and Miss Brown, I
Yeah.
hope you bring your program to Martin County.
Oh, I'm trying, sweetie, I'm
Yes.
Tri-County. I go all the way to Boca.
Okay, great.
Carebag goes all the way. Actually, we are Family Promise. Cutting in on your time, but it's okay.
That's okay.
Our shower units are actually going to be with Family Promise starting in January. Our mobile shower trailers were up here for inspection for the county because our certificate of health is actually for the entire state of Florida.
Oh, great.
So we just had our annual inspection, which we passed, which we were going to
Awesome.
pass anyway, because we don't fail at Carebag at nothing. So one of our shower units for January will be going back to Boca, and that serves Boca, and that will be serving BSO, also uses that in Delray. So it'll be shared between the both. And then our other shower unit will be going to Martin County for Family Promise. So we'll be in Stewart, and then we'll be also in Hope Sound.
Okay,
So
great.
it'll be there, and we're trying to move. It's going to be stationary at different places so it can assist, and we're trying to see how we can go ahead and incorporate it with other nonprofits so it can be
Exactly.
used.
I was just gonna mention that we're all doing the same thing, and that's helping people in need, with housing, showers, job, and education, and that's what God commissioned us to do, is to love and help one another. But like I said earlier, it all falls on the end at the end of the day,
An
God,
individual.
on the individual.
Okay.
Yes.
So
yes.
Miss Lisa, you just so quiet.
I'm letting James talk because
So
he
we
wants to share some stuff.
Okay, so we have everyone saying the best to you. And there someone is saying the best to you, James. They're
Thank
wishing
you.
you the best because we have listeners from all over,
Awesome.
all over that's listening. So someone just said I must give you their best and congratulations to you. So
Thank you.
Lisa, let me ask you a question. What are some of the curriculums that you have for this program? Someone comes out of prison, and what criteria? I know they have to be nonviolent.
Yes, they have to be nonviolent. So we do look at what charge they went to prison
Okay.
for because we deal with nonviolent. They fill out a application and we review it. And it's just a enrollment form. I wouldn't call it
Okay.
an application.
Okay.
And we ask questions like the first question we ask is, what are you looking to get from Reverse the Door? Because we want the members to want to be here, to
Okay.
be in the program. So we ask them, we do a needs assessment just to find out what their needs. They have to have a place to live because we don't have any housing for them.
Okay.
And then we send them through a cognitive behavior, the mental therapy, because we know incarceration affects a person mentally.
Oh yes.
So we want to know where they're at mentally and making sure that they're able to handle the program.
Let me ask you something. What about sexual offenses?
We don't deal with sexual.
Sexual offenses. Okay. Because someone's gonna ask me.
Yeah.
So
we don't.
before they start
right.
texting me and giving me, you see my
Yeah.
phone, it just keep going.
Hopefully, if I may excuse,
Uh-huh.
hopefully one day we will be, because everyone needs help. I'm not a judge or a jury, so I'm not going to judge.
Well, let me just
or
let you know,
ju-
I am. Especially
Right.
when it comes to children.
Right.
I have zero tolerance.
Right. But okay.
God's word. I'm a
Yes,
I'm a
yeah.
vessel that I'm being worked with, and my
Right.
mama would say he's just starting at the bottom. But I believe children need to be protected,
Absolutely.
and until God starts working on me with that, my stance remains the same. Sexual deviants that do anything to children need to stay away from children.
Right.
Yes, absolutely.
That's just my take on it, and if someone doesn't agree with that, then so be it. Like I said, I'm a work in progress. But
Well,
you're right.
I agree with you. I agree
Everyone
with you
does.
there.
Everyone does need help, and
Right.
everyone does need to have that opportunity. But I think when everyone makes stupid choices.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone makes stupid choices. God knows I have my basket is overflowing of stupid choices I've made. But when you make a choice to purposely hurt a child, that's a no-no for me.
Yeah.
That's just me.
Yes.
Most of our members are drug related. And
Stupid
that's-
choices. Yeah,
stupid choices.
Yeah.
And incarceration is not a rehabilitation.
No, it's not.
So we want to rehabilitate. We want to stop the recidivism rate that's going on, and we want to identify the needs and the problems head on. We do not only preventive but intervene. We intervene with children. We want to catch things early when we
Stop
see
that
them.
generational
That
curve.
generational incarceration.
Yes.
We do a spring break and a summer camp
I
every
know
year.
you told me, and
Right.
I love that. Tell her we're gonna stop. Hold on. We got to talk about that, because when Lisa told me about that a couple months ago, I was on pins and needles. I was ecstatic. I said, you got to get on my show. You got to talk about that. Tell us about that, because that is amazing.
Yes. Well, it came about, my older son, Brandon, was saying, Mom, you got to catch the kids early. And my kids are adults and I have grandchildren, but I said, well, I'm going to pallet. I'm going to do a little spring break camp. So we house 25 kids that are coming from broken homes, whether it's behavioral problems, a parent incarcerated. And we did a week camp. For 5 days, we had the kids from 8 o'clock to 5 o'clock. We fed them breakfast. We fed them
Change
breakfast.
your mind.
No, we went ahead and we did a free haircuts at the Mid Florida Event Center, and we did it. I partnered with the young man Just Your Barber. I love that. That's his name.
Just Your Barber.
Just Your
Yeah,
Barber.
I
I
like
love
that
it.
too.
And his company's Against the Grain, and we had kids coming in. So if you're doing it from 8 to 5
Yeah.
days a week, I'm just realizing the one day we did it. God bless you.
Yeah, and
it was fun.
Yeah, and during that week, I realized there is a need.
Yes.
The kids were acting out like kids would normally do, but I was seeing some behavior issues, some dialogues that were going on, and I was like, this is needed. So when summertime came, I was getting phone calls from a couple of kids and the parents saying, are you going to do a summer camp? And so then I said, well, I'll do a week. They wanted me to do a whole summer. I'm like, no, we can't do a whole summer. 9 weeks is a bit much. But
And
it's
this
just,
is where Hope Sound, Martin County,
this
Palm
is
City.
it's at my home. I've housed it at my home because I'm fortunate to have a lot of land where they can do outdoors activity. The first thing they do when they come in the morning, I have a box. All cell phones go in the box.
I love it. We need a
no cell phones.
no cell phones. I love it. Because guess what? Kids don't know to separate.
To separate.
Every
And-
minute they move around, they're like,
and they get caught into
Yeah.
it. They get sucked into the phone and whatever we're going over. I mean,
They're lost.
we've had guest speakers. We had Dr. Pierre, that's located in Hope Sound, come out and talk about bullying. We had Seacoast National Bank come talk to the kids about savings. We had the wildlife come and show animals.
oh, I want to come.
Yeah.
That sounds fun. I'm all about. Well, you know what, Lisa? Again, congratulations on that because it takes a heart.
Yeah.
It takes a heart to do that. Service is not easy. I'll tell anyone it's not easy. You feel like giving up. You feel like throwing in the towel. Then the minute you feel like that, you get that text or you get that call. Okay, this is the reason I do what I do.
Right.
And that's the good thing about it.
Yeah.
Are you
and-
going to do it again this summer?
Oh yes, we're
Yeah?
going to do it every summer. We will be doing 3 fundraisers a year right now,
Okay.
big fundraisers: a spring break camp, a summer camp, and then we did our gala was our first gala that we did a couple of weekends ago, which was went very well. So and that was just for our donors that have donated and supported us through the year, and we're 2 years in now, so now we can finally go out for grants, and we're looking for a big win to really keep this organization going. So we do have a couple of grants out there that we're waiting to hear back from, so we're staying.
Here, I know the girl, you're talking to the choir.
But we've done very
Yeah.
well with just private donations and sponsors and people. Not everyone's going to believe in our mission, but and we get that.
But
and
that's
we're
what we
good
say
with
here
it.
in Careology.
Right.
Even though Careology is a subsidiary of Carebag, I let everyone know there's some people who don't like what I do. You don't have to like what I do.
Exactly.
But that's why Careology was formed. It was formed for individuals like yourself with a nonprofit, because somebody out there might not like what I do, might not like the homeless, might not like the poor. God help you if you don't. But they might like what you do.
Right.
So this is a platform. This is a platform for anyone to go ahead and let someone know, because someone out there is listening on WPSL, and they're listening and they're like, you know what? I like to reverse the door. So I want everyone to grab their pen, because even though we're going to have this on WPSL TV, and even though we're going to go ahead and have this on Carebag's Facebook page, we're also going to have a pen so we can give you the number. I'm gonna take a minute so you can run while you're listening to our commercial break and grab that pen, grab that paper. We want to give you the information, and we will be back here in the studio with Roxy and Reverse the Door and James and Cliff, and we'll be right back after this wonderful message from our spectacular sponsor.
Run, get your pencils.
If you could reimagine the way you buy a car, what would you do? Make it simple, make negotiations disappear, demand transparency, then experience amazing at your Treasure Coast Lexus dealer. Car Buying Simplified. Treasure Coast Lexus is a proud sponsor of Careology. Every Tuesday at 6:05 p.m., caring and supporting for our community. Car Buying Simplified. Check out your Treasure Coast Lexus dealer. Careology was created to talk about the issues that face you in your community. You're invited with me, Roxy, every Tuesday at 6:05 p.m. right here on WPSL 1590. Careology, the science of caring, is about you, family, and the community moving forward. Please do join us. Remember, Tuesday at 6:05 p.m.
This is WPSL Port St. Lucie.
And now we return to Careology, the science of caring. Once again, here's your host, Roxy.
Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Careology. Thank you so much for tuning back in. My name is Roxy. I'm the CEO and founder of Carebag, and we cover from the top of the Treasure Coast all the way down to Boca, and we've been down to Broward. And what we do is we go ahead and we help our homeless and we help our families in need with something so simple that the United Nations went ahead, and that's a phrase that I use, that access to proper hygiene should not be a right, it should be a right, not a privilege. And I kind of think that sums it all. That summation, I think Cliff just sums it up. You know, every time some of us get up at night during the day and we walk into our bathroom, we grab our toothbrush, we grab our toothpaste, we turn on the faucet. I don't know about you, you turn on the water in your shower and you make sure the water gets just right. A lot of people do not have that access. So at Carebag, we are so happy that we can go ahead and we can bring that. And starting January, our mobile shower units are back on the roll, and we are excited about that. And we're just continually doing what God has just placed in us to do, to just help our fellow man, because you don't know when anyone is going to be in this situation. The people, the individuals that we deal with never ask to be our neighbors without walls. A good friend of mine coined that phrase, our neighbors without walls. And that's exactly what they are. And we need to go ahead and remember that and treat them accordingly. So I hope everyone got their pen. If you are interested and you like what you heard about Reverse the Door, we want to go ahead and give you the number. And the number is 772-485-1279. And that is for Lisa for Reverse the Door, and they are a 501c3, and they are based out of Stewart. And 772-485-1279. And Lisa, we have been ecstatic to have you. And on her card, I like what it says, break the cycle. And her mission statement is to assist nonviolent offenders and their families build valuable life skills through education, mental therapy, mentorship, and employment opportunities to become productive members of society. And James has let us know that he did that in less than 60 days.
Yes.
Then that is absolutely amazing. Is there anything that you want to say? Because I know Cliff is killing me because I'm banging the card on the table. I'm sorry, Cliff. Is there anything that you might have forgotten that you wanted to say that to our audience, to just let them know how important Reverse the Door is?
Yes, I would just like to say Reverse the Door is important because the recidivism rate is high, and we're designing a program. We have a program in place that is going to minimize that. It's not a crystal ball, but we're taking one member at a time, and we take them and we listen to them, and we hope everyone goes through the program within a year, but there's no time length on it. And once a member goes through the program, they come back and they can be a mentor. So someone else that's coming through the program, they can help them come through the program as well. We want 100% success rate. Like I said, we listen to our member. There's such a need with the injustice sometimes that goes on, but everyone has to be accountable. And we want to be the first door that someone comes to when they are released.
I like that.
Yes.
I like that. Reverse the door. They want to be the first door. You
Yeah.
said something that I got to touch on, the injustice. So I'm just going to switch gears for 1 minute again. I'm just going to turn to this side. In the newspaper, we had an article about a young man that went ahead and had a horrific accident and in Colorado, and 4 people were killed. And he didn't mean to do it. And he got 110 years. He's not even 30 years old because the sentences are combined. And I sat there, and I remember your show was coming up, and I sat there and I was just listening to the newscast, and I said, when does this gentleman, when it's time for him to come out, what is he going to come out to?
Exactly.
You know, what is he going to come out? Now, a life is important. Don't get me wrong. You know, everyone, you are accountable for your actions. I'm not saying anyone is not accountable for their actions. You are accountable for your actions. But, you know, when do we need to start looking at our laws that we have? When do we need to look at the system that we have? The laws that we had were designed 20, 25, 30 years ago. Whenever they were written, they were designed for that time. When are lawmakers going to say, you know what, let's start revising? You revise the tax laws constantly so you can get my money. Oh, I'm sorry. I might have made that personal. You designed the tax laws to get our money. Cliff is looking at me. You know, the IRS is constantly publishing and republishing and revamping everything. When are we going to start looking at our prison, at the laws that we have? Because the laws that we had 100 and something years ago is very different to what we're having coming into the new year of 2022. So, and because of that, we have and this is what gets me. I'm sorry, Lisa. Cliff will tell you this happens sometimes. This does happen sometimes. We have so many men and so many women of every diversity sitting in our prisons for drug charges.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
But yet, let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I at least pass 8 cannabis houses on the way to the radio station. And I know I can't look at everyone because I need to keep my eyes on the road for the red and the green light.
Right.
So when do we really start? That's a whole, Cliff, that's a whole nother show. A whole nother show. But that just shows you we need to look at this with open eyes. Everyone's happy to walk into a cannabis shop, and there's nothing wrong with that. But when are we going to start changing our laws? Imagine sitting up in prison for a drug charge, but you're seeing that you can walk into a store now and you can purchase. Okay, Lisa, I just had to. Oh,
So
James.
it is, and that's one of the things I notice as when members come, when a person walks in the door, and I talk to them about, you know, what they went to prison for.
They're
A
angry.
lot of times, the crime
Simple.
doesn't fit the time
No,
that they
no,
received. It's
no.
just
They couldn't afford an attorney.
Exactly.
Well, I think the system is based against you that when you can't afford an attorney, basically you're screwed.
Even sometimes, even when you can't afford an attorney.
It all depends on the judge too, the
Yeah.
bad day they're having.
Exactly. The system, Maxine Waters, back in the day, she propagated against it about the disparity between cocaine and crack cocaine, the sales of it. You know, the sale of crack cocaine is a nonviolent crime, you know, and yet they're giving out death sentence. You know, I know an individual that I grew up with. He's not a drug dealer. He's a drug addict, and he sold some crack cocaine so that he can support his habit. You know, he's not a drug dealer. Remind you of that. And he got caught, sold to a CI whom was in trouble himself, and he's working off these charges by setting people up. And this guy got 30 years. And at the time he got 30 years, he was like 45, maybe 55.
Oh, he's done now.
He's done.
He's done. That's your death sentence.
That's
right
a death
there.
sentence. you know. And
Oh, that's James. That's a whole nother show.
yes.
That's a look. That's a whole nother show. But this is what Careology is about, because sometimes so many of us are sitting in our glass house. We're sitting in our high tower. We're looking down, and you're living so high up, you can't really see what's happening at the bottom. Because let you know, you can be high, but when that foundation at the bottom breaks, you will crumble and you will get to the bottom. Let's make no mistake about it. Very quickly, the higher you are, the more you will fall. Sometimes money doesn't save it all the time. So we really need to have these conversations, and we really need to talk about it. And James, thank you. Thank you for coming and being open, being just transparent with us, and being able, because you have let someone out there is needing reverse the door, and you letting them know what happened is just what they needed to hear. And we really, really thank you for that. And Lisa, thank you. You were telling me something about MLK.
Yes, MLK weekend. The
The
13.
Monday.
Well, Monday is actually MLK, but for the past 3 years, we've partnered with ACES in Stewart. So we have a great weekend coming up in January, starting on Thursday in Jensen Beach. Friday, we're going to do the kickoff celebration at the new Banner Lake Community Center. So we're
I'll be there on the 7th. Carebag is there on the 7th.
Oh, okay.
We're there for all the mamas and everyone that needs any hygiene products.
Awesome. So we have a big celebration, which, for Martin Luther King. So come out to either place. We're going to be from Jensen to Hope Sound to Port Salerno to Indiantown, then back in there's going to be a parade also Monday in Stewart. So just putting a shout out to let everyone know we have a big MLK celebration coming up from the 13th to the 18th of January.
So we've done Wendy proud, haven't we?
Yes, we have.
Yes, we done. Wendy, we're soon going to have Wendy on here. Wendy's just make sure, she's the CEO of Banner Lake.
Banner Lake Community Center and the Dunbar.
The Dunbar Learning Center. We actually supply diapers to Dunbar.
Yes,
so
I've
moms,
heard.
So
Yeah.
we are very proud of that. See, Carebag, we got our little hand in everything because it's community.
Yeah.
We don't let borders separate us. Oh, we're in Port St. Lucie.
Exactly.
A baby needing diapers is a baby needing diapers. An elderly person needing pull-ups, Depends is an elderly person needing it. It's just done. It's just done. But Lisa and James, thank you so much. Y'all might as well just stay with me because I just got a couple more minutes.
Yeah.
They might as well just stay.
Right.
I am just so happy to have you on. It was a blessing. It was information I didn't know, some things, and it was information to learn. And James, my congratulations to you.
Yes.
And
Thank
the
you.
best is going to come with you with this
Yes.
little sister by your side.
Yes.
It ain't happening.
Yeah, and
That's it.
he's gonna he's gonna be directing a skit for the Martin Luther King kickoff
Okay.
party that we're doing at the Banner Lake Community Center that Friday, and it's
Oh.
gonna be a lot of fun.
You gotta
Boop-
send me the information. James
Yeah.
is doing a skit.
Yeah,
That's
he's-
just good just to come out and see y'all.
Yeah.
I don't know what the skit's gonna be about, and I'm not
it's
gonna
with the
ask.
kids. It's
with
the kids
Yes.
Okay.
coming through the door of dreams.
Oh,
We have a door of dreams that
The
they're
door
going to
of
be
dreams.
coming
I
through,
love
but
that.
we don't want to tell too
No,
much
no,
about
no.
it.
If you want-
we want to surprise everyone.
If anyone wants to
Yeah.
see James in action, it's
Well, no, the
Friday.
kids,
The kids in action, but James
Yeah.
will be there.
Yes.
We're gonna see that. Oh, so you got hidden talents. We didn't know
Yeah.
about. You got hidden
Well,
talents.
Yes, I mean, if you want to call it a talent, I just have a desire to contribute.
Okay.
You know, it's not about me. It's about the people. You know,
The community.
The community.
One goal,
exactly.
one community.
Amen.
That's Carebag's mantra. One goal, one community.
Exactly, and that has made Reverse the Door. I mean, we're fairly new. Because the pandemic took a year.
Yeah, it took a
so
year,
when
2 years off for everybody.
So
Yeah.
we're just thankful because we partner and we just build relationships.
Collaboration.
And collaboration is
Yes.
key. So it has helped, and we're just here to, follow the need and be a blessing and help those that can't help themselves. Because one thing I noticed with people that come to Reverse the Door is like they don't hear from their probation officer. They don't get that what they need soon as they hit the pavement. And when they come to us, we have the resources to help them and to guide them in the direction they need to go.
That is a blessing. That's a blessing. We help the reentry program for St. Lucie County, so I know how important it is. The men and women coming out of prison receive care bags from us, so we know how important that is. That's another contact too now,
Right.
that
yeah.
we can I
Yeah.
can give you. So that is very important. Yes, Cliff.
Reversing the door. The concept of being the revolving door of the prison system, because so many of the I don't know what the
keep going.
stats are. Yeah, they're
3
back
strikes,
out.
you're out.
I had a stepson-in-law who ended up doing a lot of time because he got out of prison one day, and the next night he was breaking into somebody's house,
Wow.
and the guy had a weapon and captured him and held him for police, and he got 30 years for that one.
Wow.
That's a long time.
That's a long time.
Yeah.
But I love that. I love that
The revolving
connotation that he
door,
gives.
yeah.
Instead,
Yeah.
you're stopping that revolving door.
Stopping that
and you're reversing it.
reversing it.
I love
and,
it.
And we're heading it on early, because when a parent is an absent parent is away from a family, it affects the children.
Of course, of course.
And so we want to identify it, because the ones that are incarcerated, it didn't start as they were adults. It was something started much earlier.
I think it's essential for me to say that reverse the door is not a magic door.
No.
Like, it's not a magic door. So the individual, it
Gotta put in the
ultimately
work.
has to put in the work.
Let me ask you something. You said something and it just dawned on me, and I wanted to find out. The young kids that you have that come to your camp, are they from individuals where their parents are incarcerated?
Either their parents are incarcerated or have been incarcerated, or if someone comes to me and that has happened, to say,
We
this
need some
kid
help.
we need your help. This kid is acting out negatively. They've heard about the camp, because we just started. We just did a spring and summer. We've only done it 1 year, but the success of it
Is outstanding.
is outstanding. Where we'll do it every year because we see the need.
And
so
the outcome.
and the outcome, and the kids like it, and the
And
main
they do
thing.
better. They do.
Yes.
They do better, because what
Right.
we doing this January, we're actually starting Take a Book, Read a Book, and that is not part of our mission. But like I said, having a mom come in and asking the little boy, "What's your favorite book?" and the mom telling me, "What book? We can't afford a book, and can't hardly afford food or diapers. I'm not spending my money on no book." I didn't even say nothing. I just said sorry. That's all I said. I said, "I'm sorry. I shouldn't have asked that."
Yeah.
And the community has just dived in. I love Dr. Seuss, so we're getting a lot of Dr. Seuss books. We have, Lowe's in Stewart donated us a nice bookshelf, and the books are coming in. We're
That's
gonna
awesome.
have 2 days out of the month where anyone could come and read to the children, because people don't understand reading is fundamental.
Exactly.
And if 48% of children in Florida, by the time they get into preschool, they're already being diagnosed with something, because the teacher just doesn't have time for them. And parents have to understand you must read to your child.
Exactly.
So imagine knowing you can come to the camp, how much better you do in school.
Exactly.
How much better you do just down the road.
And this summer, matter of fact, speaking about reading, we took the kids to the Hope Sound Library. They spent the day there. They were able to get some books. They were able to get on the computer. They did a whole day at the library. We had some members from the United Methodist Church there in Hope Sound that donated us lots of books. All the kids were at the end of camp. They were able to take
Their
books of their
home.
choice home
Wow,
because they were
lovely.
donated. They got the library card so they can go to any library in Martin County. And so shout out to the Hope Sound Library for they did a beautiful job with the kids, and we know how important reading is.
It
and
is.
It needs
It's
to start.
fundamental.
It's fundamental, because by second grade, if they, they have to be on level,
That's-
they're going to be
Yep.
behind. So we will be doing a lot of that with the kids this summer and in spring. Not only we're going to have fun time, we're going to have educational time. We're also going to be finding out what's going on in the homes and how we can help in what other ways.
I think the most important, and I have to mention this because it's the most important part of our program with the kids, is that they're getting professional help, clinical help. We have the clinical field come in and talk to these kids to try to recognize if there's any, true psychological thing going on with the kids, because a lot of times that's hidden. We miss it. It's so subliminal. And so we have clinical field come in and interact with these kids and convey to us if there's a need, and then we try to coordinate with the moms and dads or grandma to meet those needs. And I think that's important, especially in these days of time. Mental health has become, top shelf issue.
Oh, it is the top. With I think with everything imagine everything we've been through, we're all suffering, because that was our first topic on the show when we started January 5th. But not only are they going through their day-to-day trials and tribulations, then you have the pandemic, then you had staying at home, then you had learning from home. Learning from home might be good for some families,
right,
but for other families, learning at home, they actually love going to school, because going to school was breakfast, lunch, and you can get something to go home. So being at home, having to learn, for many of them, that was not the environment to learn in. So like I said, I commend you. It has been an awesome show with you guys, and I hope that so many people, we gave you the number for Reverse the Door, and the only thing you have to go is reversethedoor.org, and it's just the way it is, reversethedoor.org. So Lisa and James, thank you guys so much.
Thank you for having us.
It was my pleasure. We've been trying to do this for a while.
I know, right? We have, and I'm so glad we finally have.
I'm so glad you finally have, because I was here. She's not gonna throw me under the bus, Cliff. I got the excuses, so I'm gonna just put it there. But I'm just so
I'm busy.
happy. You're busy. Child, you talking to the choir.
I know.
Let me tell you something. But this was the best segment to end our last show of the year, Cliff. I think it was a very good way.
We covered a lot of topics and subjects.
We
this
covered
past
every
year.
topic. We've covered gun safety. We've covered Reverse the Door. We've covered we did with the Rock, the jail. We had, the jail. We had the reentry program. We've had mental health. We've had sexual abuse. We've covered everything on here. We have our Grateful Tuesdays every second Tuesday with Pastor Haynes to shed a little light, excuse me, just on so many families, so many individuals that are feeling some type of way, that have something underneath them that they can't. Sometimes you want to scream and you can't scream. So our second Tuesday is with our Pastor Haynes, and we're always picking topics of the heart, put a little touch of God on it, and that's our way to just let everyone know there is always hope. And if you've been listening to us for the year, we hope that you've learned something. We hope that a topic that we've touched on, you were able to say, wow, I didn't know that, because I say that mostly on every show that I do. Wow, I didn't know that. And that's a good thing to know. Knowledge is power. You can never have too much knowledge. And Cliff, thank you. We had a wonderful year, and we are kicking it off on our next show, which is our 1 year anniversary show, which is going to be spectacular.
You're really going to have cake?
I'm definitely going to have cake.
I was just kidding.
No, it's our 1 year anniversary, and I can't believe 1 year has gone so by. And I want to thank our sponsors, especially Treasure Coast Lexus, Treasure Coast Toyota of Stewart, Grozer Builders, Two Men in a Truck. We've had so many, Dyer Chevrolet. We've had so many businesses, so many sponsors that have just come aboard and loved us.
And you've shared the airwaves with other nonprofit organizations.
I did, because it's not about Carebag. It can be about Carebag, but you know what?
It is about caring.
It is about caring, and the thing is, Carebag, our bylaws state we must collaborate. And that when you collaborate and when you partnership, you grow. if all of us
Definitely.
have that one goal, we would be such a better community. And that's something we're trying to get along. So if you're a nonprofit and you think, oh, I can do this by yourself, I'm going to knock you off your pedestal. No, you can't. It takes a community to work together, and that is what Careology is about, the science of caring. And we just want to thank everyone that has been listening. We have people from Holland, from England, from Jamaica, from Barbados, from Trinidad, from Switzerland. You know, we've had people on our Facebook page. Thank you guys so much. I see everybody saying hi. We love you guys, and we are going to look forward to coming back for our very special show that airs on the first Tuesday of January. That is going to be awesome. That's our anniversary. It's perfect. And we have a special
whole
guest.
A special guest.
We have a special guest. Yes, we do.
Oh, and you're going to make me kind of pull it out of you?
No, not pulling out of nothing. You got to come and listen.
Got to come and listen.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll be here. That's
you can
right.
listen into Google Play. You can listen to us on Alexa. You can listen us to TuneIn. And if you miss us, you can go to PSL TV, and you can watch all our archives if you have
Whoa.
nothing to do.
You did surprise me with one author,
Which one?
Milo.
Oh, Milo.
Yeah.
Milo will be back. Milo is they call her the female Stephen King.
Yes.
She has some awesome books, and some
bet.
awesome movies are going to be coming out. So we're going to be she's going to be co-hosting for me during the rest of the year, and we have some exciting
got a-
shows coming up.
She's got a famous son, too.
She has a very famous
He's
son,
getting
about
there.
15 years old, and he's an author already.
Yeah.
And
Bestseller.
And bestseller, and he's co-host my show.
Oh.
Yes, he has. He's
awesome.
absolutely awesome. Actually, he's on here now. So, he just sent to love. Love you too, buddy. Love you too. But thank you, everyone that has been listening to us for the year. And I just want to leave you with something. As you make your New Year's resolution plans, keep them to yourself. Everybody likes to post them and broadcast them. Keep them to yourself, because your haters want to know what you're doing.
We don't want to know how many cannolis you can eat.
Keep them to yourself. Let them see you shine. Let them see you say, wow, I can't believe you do that. Wow, I can't believe you're going to do it again. To Jessa, your barber, very proud of you. I mean, I'm still on cloud nine for giving kids haircuts, having them have free food, free bounce house. It was amazing. And we're actually coming up your way.
Oh,
We're
awesome.
talking about it, and me and him are talking about. We're waiting for the season to go, and we're coming up to
Hope
your
Sound?
Yes, we are. That's my
Okay.
new neck of the woods, and we
Yeah,
want to
I
give
love
those
Hope
kids.
Sound.
We want to give those kids free haircuts. These barbers were talented. So
Awesome.
I want to say, everyone, happy New Year. Love you. I cannot wait for 2022 to see what it brings for us. And just remember, peace out, Careology, we love you. And all your New Year's resolutions, keep it to yourself and just let them see you shine. Have a good night.
Shine, let them wonder what you've got.
There you go. Have a good night, guys. Bye, guys.
That's Careology, the science of caring. It's also an art form, by the way. And her guest, of course, Roxy, comes in every Tuesday evening. Now it's been 52 of them now. 52 weeks in
No,
the year.
we're short. We're short too.
We're short of 2.
Yeah, we're short too because we had baseball.
Oh, that's right.
That's right.
Well, that doesn't count. You've got all kinds of archives up there. We could binge watch
There you
Roxy
go.
on YouTube. We can do that.
Bye, guys. Have a good night.
You've been listening to
night.
The Art and Science of Caring, Careology with Roxy. Heard every Tuesday evening right here on Digital 1590. WPSL is one of the many reasons why we're the talk of the Treasure Coast.
This is WPSL Port St. Lucie, the talk of the Treasure Coast.